Welcome to WakeGOV TV. I'm Eric Curry. We have several stories lined up for you today. Later in the show, we'll share with you details about Wake County Public Library's summer reading program. Plus, we'll have information about the upcoming Active Routes to School Project initiative. But first, Wake County Commissioners recently approved the county's 2015 state legislative agenda and endorsed the goals identified in the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners 2015-16 legislative goals. Joining us to talk about the legislative goals is Chris Dillon, Wake County's newest intergovernmental relations manager. He is responsible for researching and monitoring current legislation, coordinating the county's lobbyist efforts, and developing and maintaining positive relationships with other governments. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Great, thank you.
First of all, why are legislative goals needed?
Well, much like a strategic plan is important for any organization, the legislative goals are the benchmarks of where the county wants to be throughout the legislative session and sets a trajectory of success. And it's important to remember those goals as the session moves forward, because there'll be many ups and downs through the session, but we want to make sure that we have a focal point.
Now, how is the process, how is it formed to be able to formulate these goals? Obviously, it starts from everywhere from hearing from citizens to listening to staff and their suggestions.
Exactly. We'll have constituents that mention different projects or different goals that they'd like to see the county push for, as well as staff that bring efficiency measures, cost-saving measures to county commissioners and say, this will help improve service to our constituents, and that's where our goals are formulated.
And what are the 2015 legislative goals that were adopted by the board?
Well, our priority goals will have to be maintaining county revenue sources. There's a big push you'll see in the coming months for the state to look at redistributing some of our county sales tax. And the number one goal of both the County Commissioners Association and Wake County is to protect those revenue sources. We also would like to see more flexibility given to counties on funding sources as well as ways to provide services to constituents.
Now, Chris, you mentioned the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners and goals that were adopted as a group. I guess a lot of the goals that Wake County has adopted kind of mirror some of those on a state level and throughout the state with other county governments.
That is correct. The Association of County Commissioners is a statewide group that helps counties push their agendas forward and their goals. We mirror just about all of their goals as well, but some of ours are specific to urban areas and cost-saving measures that we may want to implement within Wake County itself. Now,
citizens may wonder the role that you have in coming on board with Wake County. What is your day? What's a typical day like? And I'm probably not saying the right word in typical, as it relates to you sharing this information with state lawmakers?
Well, usually I'll take a glance at what bills we're trying to promote, what committees are meeting, get those bills scheduled, work with our delegation, the Wake County delegation, and getting our priorities put into committee, and then advocating to committee members why they're important to Wake County or all counties of the state.
And I guess final question in this long session, this is definitely some issues that will be on the watch list for Wake County. Are there some that come to mind at the top of mind?
Yes, sir. We've just recently completed Wake County redistricting bill that has passed the General Assembly. We'll be seeking on how to implement that. We'll continue to follow the sales tax initiatives to redistribute throughout the long session, and it'll really come down to revenue sources for the period.
Well, best of luck to you in this long session, Chris, and welcome aboard to Wake County.
Thank you very much.
Chris Dillon, Intergovernmental Relations Manager for Wake County. Coming up, we'll share with you highlights of a project where Wake County employees rolled up their sleeves to help a deserving citizen. Stay tuned.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
In an effort to enhance the work-life balance for Wake County government employees, a new community involvement initiative was introduced to offer opportunities for employees to share their time and talents in the community. Recently, county staff volunteered to work with Rebuilding Together of the Triangle, a nonprofit organization who identifies deserving homeowners in need of repairs to their homes, to help a deserving citizen in Wendell by giving her home a mini makeover.
Rebuilding Together of the Triangle is focused on providing safe, healthy homes for low-income families around Wake, Orange, Durham, and Chatham County. We're part of Rebuilding Together, which is a national network of about 166 affiliates around the country that do work on almost 10,000 homes around the country. We here locally are looking to about 60 homes this year. We help folks with anything related to the inside or outside of their home that could threaten their health or safety. So things like today we're doing siding, doing a storm door, some flooring inside. We do gutters, we do roofs, we do a little bit of everything depending on what the homeowner needs. Wake County provided some funding through one of their rehab pools and also provided volunteers today. We do this a lot with companies, with local governments, with civic groups, with churches who help provide kind of volunteer and financial investment to help us do the work. We got about 25 folks out today who are helping us do a variety of stuff on the house.
I saw that we were going to be doing a lot of painting, and I've spent a lot of time painting in my days and thought it'd be a good way to help out somebody and do something a little different for the day. I'm just happy to help out a member of our community who is in need and enjoy spending some time outdoors with my coworkers, getting my hands dirty and having a fun day of it.
The one thing that had deteriorated was my kitchen floor. I had reached a point where, you know, I entertained a lot of people as far as having dinners at my home, and the floor had rotted out. So they got together and they rebuilt it together. They fixed my floor, and you should have seen me. I went behind the table and I pure danced. I just got up early about 6 o'clock and started dressing. And I just knew something after Sophie had called me and told me a load of people was coming to the house. Oh, I felt like I could jump over the house. So it was really wonderful.
I think a Wake County employee is just like any other citizen. It's our job to be the best citizen we can be and do what we can to help our community. And as such, I'm out here with everybody else.
So I'd like to tell people we're kind of a community investment funnel, and there's 3 of us on staff. 3 of us would never get to 60 houses. What we do is spend a lot of our time mobilizing volunteers and financial support and all those pieces to make these projects run. And by focusing our time on kind of those investment pieces and putting them in place and making other people successful, we're able to take a lot of investment from the community. I think we're projecting to have between 8,000 and 9,000 volunteer hours this year from probably 800 to 900 people as well. Over the course of the year, and that's how we get our work done. It's not something we'd be able to do as an organization without all the volunteers that come out and support us.
I was just amazed and I was glorified. And I said, where did all these people come from? And I said, it is about me today. You know, like they say, queen for a day. That's the way I felt today, queen for a day. And I felt just like I was walking around with a crown, and I was just, you know, I was just glorified by so many people showing up to help me.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with dachshund breeding.
Why do you not get me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
Welcome back. Active Routes to School is a North Carolina Safe Routes to School project supported by a partnership with the North Carolina Department of Transportation and the North Carolina Division of Public Health. Through this project, there are 10 Active Routes to School project coordinators throughout the state of North Carolina to make it easier to get the word out. Joining us today is Jennifer Delcourt, the Active Routes to School Regional Coordinator for Wake County with the Public Health Division of the Wake County Human Services. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Eric.
Jennifer, first of all, can you describe a little bit about the Active Routes to School project?
Yeah, and you actually gave a really good overview yourself as well, so thank you. We are part of North Carolina's Safe Routes to School program, which has been in the state since 2005, and it's a really unique partnership between those two agencies at the state level that you mentioned, the North Carolina Department of Transportation and the Division of Public Health. There's no project like that to our knowledge anywhere else in the country, which is really exciting. So I'm one of 10 coordinators placed across the state, and we work in a regional capacity. So I actually work with 8 other counties in addition to Wake County, and Wake County Human Services is the lead agency for that project in this region. So I'm part of the Public Health Division.
What is the goal of the project?
Well, the overall goal of the project is to make it easier for more students in grades K through 8 to safely walk and bike to school. So really what we're trying to do is to make safe active to school more feasible by creating a safe and welcoming environment for that, and hopefully also working a little bit to decrease traffic congestion around schools. So our focus really is on safety and health.
And what are the main objectives of the initiative?
So there are 5 things that we try to do through the project. Number 1 is to build awareness about active routes to school and to encourage students to have fun on the route to school and on the walk home. The second thing that we really try to focus on is education, and so that would be educating students using tools like the Let's Go and See curriculum, which you can find online, and also educating the community about safe, active travel to school. The third thing that we really focus on is helping schools to take the step from doing an event once a year to doing an ongoing program and encouraging students to walk and bike on a regular basis. And the fourth thing that we look at doing is increasing policy support for walking and biking to school. So that might be at the school level. And the last thing that we really look for is safety features around schools and looking at ways that we can increase the safety features like crosswalks that are there to help students be safe.
And what has this project accomplished so far in the county?
Yeah, well, we've done a lot so far, but I want to highlight 2 things in particular. The first is that we were able to work with NCDOT Division 5 to put in a crosswalk out near Forestville Road Elementary School in Knightdale, and there's actually a community center at that school, so it's not just students who need to safely access the school, it's the community as well. And so the second accomplishment I really want to highlight is that last year for International Walk to School Day in October, I worked with the City of Raleigh and Raleigh Police Department to do a Walk to School Day out at Harris Creek Elementary School. And we were blessed with the participation of Madam Secretary Adlo Navash from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, as well as the Public Health Division Director, Sulan Ledford, and we also had the North Carolina Safe Routes to School Coordinator, Ed Johnson. And in addition to that, of course, the most important part is that we had over 100 students and parents there walking to school that day. So it was a really fun day, and it was great.
What are some of the plans for the future for this project?
I'm glad you asked that as well. There's a lot of things that we're working on right now, and I'm going to highlight 2 here as well. The first one is that Active Routes to School is a partner in a larger 4-year project to focus on safe routes to school in Wake County, and that's being funded by the John Rex Endowment. And so we're working with organizations like the Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization and the lead agency, the UNC Highway Safety Research Center. So we think a lot of good things are going to come out of that project. And the second thing I want to highlight is that there's a new school being built in Apex right now called Scotts Ridge Elementary, and the neighborhood is really interested in being able to walk and bike to school. So we're working with them right now to find a way to create a walking school bus program that will operate on a daily basis for at least part of the school year. So I think that's a really exciting opportunity for Safe Routes to School in Wake County.
And before we let you go, are there any dates that citizens should be aware of coming up?
Yes, definitely. So National Bike to School Day is happening on May 6th, which is a Wednesday. And I would highly encourage students to get out there and try biking to school if that is safe for them to do. And if your school's having an event, I would also encourage you to go register that event at walkbiketoschool.org. Schools that register their events can be eligible to win prizes, including bikes.
Jennifer Delcourt, Active Routes to School Regional Coordinator, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Eric.
Coming up, with the weather getting warmer, we'll focus on Blue Jay County Park and all it has to offer. Stay tuned.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. Now she's holding on for dear life.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Wake County Parks, Recreation, and Open Space is home to some of the state's best parks and natural areas. Today's spotlight is on Blue Jay County Park, a 236-acre park that was once primarily agricultural land. Blue Jay Point is a peninsula, bordered on three sides by Raleigh's primary drinking water supply, Falls Lake, and is home to ball fields, walking trails, and even a new attraction.
The park opened up in 1992, and it is on Falls Lake, which is a huge lake, 15,000 acres. The park is 236 acres. And we opened up with the primary mission and goal to provide opportunities for everybody, all ages, to experience nature, to explore nature, to learn about nature, and to get outdoors. So the mission of environmental education is really what makes this park so unique. We provide programs for lots of different ages, and our mission and goal is to get everybody out to learn more and experience nature. We offer programs for all ages, preschool to adult. We have camps, we have family programs, and we also have special events throughout the year. And upcoming this summer, we have some family programs. We call it the Family Wildlife Series for truly wild families. And we have several coming up: Fantastic Frogs, Leave It to Me, Just Winging It. So there's lots of opportunities for families, and these are for everybody in the family. So it's $5. The whole family can come out and watch their kids explore nature as well, which is a lot of fun. We also have story times coming up for preschool age children, and we also have some summer camps coming up in June and July. And for the 4 to 5 year olds, we have what's called Eco Kids, and these are great little mini camps to sort of introduce preschoolers to camp. They're half day, it's not all day, it's only 3 days a week, and they learn all about different things. We've got bird buddies and some other, I think there's one about bugs, lots of different camps coming up this summer for them. And we also have camps for older children as well. We have, for 6 to 8 year olds, we have Wild About Water coming up, and we also have a really neat camp called Dinner for Dirt for 9 to 12 year olds. So whatever age your child is, you can go to our website and see what age camps we have available coming up this summer. Throughout the year, we offer several events. So in February, every other year, we have what's called the Winter Open House. And we basically open up the doors to the center. They're open all the time, but we open them up for this Winter Open House, and we have a theme that we usually have that we focus on, and it's a really fun event. Even though it's in the colder month, in February, you would think, in North Carolina it's usually really lovely, and we have indoor activities so you can kind of pop out to do the outdoor things but always go back in, and we have hot cider, and it's a nice event. And then in the spring, in April, the fourth Saturday in April, we have Songbird Celebration every year, and every year we focus on a new theme which is put out by the International Migratory Bird Day. And every theme is something to do about birds, but a different aspect of the bird. And we have games and activities and crafts and classes and workshops and hikes, lots of things for preschool up to adult to enjoy throughout the day. And then in the fall, we also have every other year, on an alternate year of the Winter Open House, we have what's called Night Owls and Candle Magic. And this event is in the evening, and we close our gates when it's dark. So this is the only time during the year that you can actually get in here after dark and for the event. And we have a luminary trail through the woods that you get to walk down, and there's stops along the way with interpreters that explain and talk about different things about owls. And we usually have some live owls at that event as well. There's 236 acres. We have playgrounds. So we have a traditional playground that has the slides and the climbing opportunities for children. And we also have a natural play area. And the two most popular features of that play area are the stump jump and the fort building area. Adjacent to the playgrounds are picnic tables, and they are scattered throughout the park. There are individual tables for one family to use, and then there's groupings of tables, so if there's a larger group or larger gathering, people can use that. There's grills with most of the picnic tables, and adjacent to those picnic areas and the playgrounds is a large open play area. And then of course we have so many acreage, we have a lot of trails. We have 5 miles of hiking trails, and there are several loop trails that are only a half-mile long, and they're wide mulched trails, which is nice if you have a family to go, especially smaller children. And we also have a single track long trail for a longer hike. It's 3.1 miles, and it's actually part of the Mountains to Sea Trail. Of course, we're on Falls Lake, and there's fishing all along the shoreline, and we have several trails that access the shoreline so you can do some fishing down there. It's a very popular activity. Go Ape Treetop Adventure Course is a new feature in the park, a new activity for people to participate in. It is a 2 to 3 hour experience. There are 5 zip lines and various obstacles in between the zip lines. It's physically challenging, and it's also extremely fun. We're really excited to have them here. They provide stewardship services back to the park as well as proceeds back to the park. And they opened up on March 28th officially, and they have been really busy ever since. I think they're going to stay open on weekends through April 20th, but you can check their website for more details and to book your tree chop adventure. So most of our programming at Blue Jay, our park focus, starts right here behind me at the Blue Jay Center for Environmental Education. And inside we have a couple of classrooms, and we also have exhibits which are open from 8 to 5, Monday to Sunday. You can come in anytime. There are staff in the office Monday to Saturday who can help you find your way around the park, but you can come in anytime to look at the exhibits. And if staff are available, you can talk to them about a couple of activities that you can do in the park on a walk-up basis. We have an I Spy game that you can do in the exhibits. We also have a woodland bingo game you can do outside in the woods with your family. To find out information about the park, we have a website, and if you go to WakeGOV.com, there's a big search block there. You can type in Blue Jay Point and you'll find our web page. From the web page, there's lots of information about all the programs we offer. We also have an electronic newsletter that we send out monthly called the Blue Jay Flyer, and you can sign up for that from our website. And we also have a Facebook page you can like, and we're also on Instagram. So if you are out in the park and take a picture, be sure to tag us in your picture and you'll be on our Instagram account. We'd love to see what you're seeing.
And welcome back. Wake County has an extensive and ever-growing library system that offers a wide number of programs and services. Joining us to talk about the upcoming summer reading program and to update us on what's happening with all of the libraries is Ann Burlingame, Deputy Director with the Wake County Libraries. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
First, can you tell us about any special programs planned for the summer?
Sure. We are gearing up for our summer reading program in the library system right now. And the theme this year will be Every Hero Tells a Story. And in the library, our hero is Speed Reader. The program will run from June 1st through July 31st.
And can you tell us about any programs for school-age children?
Sure. You know, in the summer we try and expand our programs for school-age children because so many of them are out of school. So this year our summer reading program for kindergarten through 5th grade will be, again, the theme, Every Hero Has a Story. And children who sign up will get a book bag as well as a reading log. And when they come to the library, they can earn stickers. And you get a sticker if you, 1, talk to a librarian about a book you've enjoyed, come to a library program, and remember to bring your book bag so you can fill it up with books every time you visit the library. We also are going to have weekly wows. And a weekly wow really is just a special prize kids get every week because we're trying to get you to come in, get your weekly wow, and you get that for just checking out 3 books.
Okay. Now, while parents are obviously happy that their children are out of school for the summer, there are many that say it's time for you to get out of the house and stay active. And so are there programs for these kids that are out of school for the summer?
Oh yes, there are. We expand again our school-age programming in the summer, so we'll be doing 100 additional programs for school-age children. And that program's called the School-Age Super Special. So it will be offered every week at every library in Wake County. And generally this program has performers, it has magicians, we'll have a mobile gym mind come, we'll have someone come and do science experiments. So it's just a lot of fun for school-age children. And as I said, it's at every library in Wake County.
And we can't keep out teens and adults this summer as well.
No, and we don't want to. We really want to get teens and adults to come to the library because in the summer you have a little time to read. So we will also have a summer reading program for them. For adults, we have a reading booklet full of recommended books to read. And we'll also have a program where they can come in and check out books. And if they check out 3 books, their names will be in a drawing. And there will be weekly prizes. And these prizes are spa packages, tickets to sporting events, tickets to restaurants, things like that. And again, they also will have an opportunity to win a special prize on August 1st, where we do a grand prize, 3 of them, and they'll include lots of products from our sponsors this year.
And what about programs for kids not yet ready to enter school? Are there programs for them?
Yes, that's for 0 to 5, those children that may not be reading on their own yet. We have the Read to Me program, and it is being done in partnership with PNC Bank because we had a $125,000 grant to teach children financial literacy. So this program, their summer reading experience will be spending, sharing, saving. They will also have the opportunity to earn stickers, and they will get a book bag, and they will also get to participate in the weekly WOWs.
Okay, and lots of events planned for the summer at all of our libraries. But just before this taping, we were able to find out some exciting news from the American Library Association about a national award being received by one of our own. Who could that be?
Well, thank you for asking. I was awarded that award. It's the Peggy Sullivan Award it's given to a public library administrator for their contribution to children's services.
Well, congratulations on behalf of everyone within Wake County, and so deserving.
Thank you so much.
How can folks find out more about all of the programs being offered within Wake County libraries?
Well, we'd always love if you visit your library, but we also have a great website which will have all the information about summer reading programs and everything going on at your public library.
Great. Ann Burlingame, Deputy Director, Wake County Libraries, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Keep up with the latest Wake County news and information by visiting us online at wakegov.com/news or on Facebook or Twitter. That's our show for today. Thanks for watching.